A critical race theory lecturer claims white people are demons. A video from a 2017 lecture on critical race theory has reemerged on Twitter, and it's going viral, with good reason. In it, the speaker makes several outrageous claims, including that all white people are racist, you're always going to be racist, and most dramatically, that white people are, quote, born into not being human, even referring to the whole race as demons. Watch the hysterical monologue here.
White people are racist. So I put this up because I really want any white person in the room to know up front that this is what we're dealing with, that it's not going to be this coddling of white tears and what that looks like. We're not going to discuss, oh, maybe some of us have worked it out. No, you're always going to be racist, actually. So even when you're on your path to trying to figure out how to be a better human being, because I believe that white people are born into not being human, like that actually, instead of people of color and black folks being dehumanized, that actually everyone is dehumanized off rip within white supremacy, that y'all are born into a life to not be human, and that's what y'all are taught to do, to be demons. So in this particular way, white people are all racist.
Former CDC director is 100% behind the lab leak theory for COVID-19. The origins of COVID-19 have been a hot topic for discussion lately, and now former CDC director Robert Redfield is weighing in. Redfield sat down with Mark Siegel, a Fox News medical expert, to express his opinion that a lab leak was the most likely explanation for the recent pandemic. While Dr. Anthony Fauci has long argued that human contact with an infected animal started the spread of COVID-19, Redfield believes that the rate of human-to-human spread of the virus contradicts that theory. Here's a short explanation of what he shared with Fox News.
I just want to be very clear about this. Redfield's running the CDC, right? I mean, they had their eyes on this thing probably in December, for sure in January and February. When did he start thinking about the virology lab in Wuhan?
Great question, Bill. He started thinking about it at the very beginning, December and January, And then he started accumulating evidence through State Department and the National Security Council that verified this suspicion he had. But he told me that the task force was not focused on that. They were focused on what was going on here in the United States. So his voice was drowned out, Bill.
I think one of the things that I learned from there, just to really focus in on, was when Dr. Redfield said that because we didn't know about the origins, we in America, we're treating this as if it were a SARS-like virus, which we had dealt with before, but that was the exact wrong thing to do. If we had known that it was this other issue, the coronavirus issue, we would have treated things very differently. And we're about to come up on the 600,000th American to have died. And you think back to that, and that seems to me like that's why you need to know how these things get started. That's why China should have cooperated in the first place.
Dana, that is so true. The structure of the virus, according to Dr. Redfield, led to that massive asymptomatic spread that caused the virus to rifle through our communities. And how contagious it was specifically due to that. And that's something that the origins play an exact role in. You're absolutely right.
This is a really another fine point here as we look back on this, Doc. Asymptomatic spread. I don't believe that we really understood that until mid-March. Right. Because here in New York, we were living our lives, and Madison Square Garden had, I think, 10 different events over a span of 7 to 9 days. And the Wall Street Journal did a great analysis of the hundreds of thousands of people that would cycle through Madison Square Garden for a hockey game or an NBA game or a college basketball game. And the possibility remains that a lot of these people could have been exposed to it, and that they go out in the community, and over the next 10 to 14 days, they're spreading this. Is that how we now understand sort of the mistake or the fault in not understanding COVID in the very beginning like that?
Completely right, Bill. Very well described. Listen, Redfield knew before almost anyone else, he had the high-level clearance, and he told me he wishes he had done a Manhattan Project of testing, not just a vaccine, once he knew that the asymptomatic spread was so prominent.
Okay, one last thing. The lab leak theory, he subscribes to it based on the World Health Organization's report 3 months ago in March. Does he think the leak was accidental or done with intent?
From everything I gleaned from that 2 hours, he does not believe the leak was was on purpose, that it was accidental. But what was not accidental was perhaps what was going on in the lab in the first place to tweak the virus.
Wow. A lot of revelations there, Doctor. Good work.
Excellent work. Thank you so much.